That's Delightful,
a member of the Pod Bros Network.
Welcome to That's Delightful. Online at facebook.com/That's Delightful. Now time for That's Delightful.
Here we go, episode 73. In 2 more episodes, we will be at the 3/4 century mark.
Time when you're starting to think about maybe not renewing your driver's license.
God, what does that put us? 4 months out? No, that's 16 weeks, 6 months out? 6 months out from 100 episodes of That's Delightful.
Okay, fine. It's a little ways out.
Fix It Felix.
What's happening? Are you playing a Fix It Felix game?
No, I wish. No, I'm playing Toy Blast.
Hey, you laugh at her, but I'm playing a game right now that takes care of my scratcher fix.
Nice.
It's scratchers, but you win actual money. Right now I'm up to $5.50, but you can't
Are you
transfer.
spending money?
No, it's all free. But you can't transfer any money until you get to $10, and they make sure that takes quite a while. Because I've been playing for about 3 months now.
Holy crap.
Hey, before we get the show started, again, facebook.com/That's Delightful. You can also catch us patreon.com/That's Delightful. On Twitter @DelightfulCast. It has been alarmingly quiet lately, although I did go on there today and post to Alex Jones that it's not that he interrupted Rubio during the interview. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's that he came off as a huge giant pussy when he did it. Did you see this interview?
I didn't see it, but I saw the headline.
Okay, so Alex Jones, who does InfoWars, was watching Marco Rubio give an interview. And the whole time Rubio's giving this interview, and Alex Jones is like Mina Michelle, right next to each other. The whole time Rubio's giving this interview, Alex Jones keeps interrupting with, why are you doing this? Why are you taking the shadow people off of Facebook? And why is Facebook and Twitter deleting conservatives? You can't tell. And the whole time Rubio's looking over, dude, I don't even know who you are right now. And Alex Jones goes, you know who I am. My videos, 90 million views, InfoWars, you know, buddy, but it's okay. Be a little frat boy, and pats Rubio on the shoulder, and Rubio looks over. He's like, dude, don't touch me. I don't need my security to take care of you. And so Alex Jones goes into this whole, did you hear him? He threatened to beat me up. Marco Rubio threatened to beat me up. I'm like, dude, now you just sound like a big pussy.
He has always been like that. The second there's trouble, he's like, it's a character I'm playing, everybody. Everybody just calm down.
Anyway, again, facebook.com/That's Delightful. Before we get started, we were having a conversation before
And
the
by
show
the way,
ended.
fuck you, Alex Jones, for making people defend Marco Rubio.
Yeah. Making
All I
Marco
can
Rubio
say.
the coolest guy in the room.
Right.
The fuck has that ever happened?
So before we got this podcast started, Michelle asked Kelly a very poignant question that I think we need to get taken care of right
So
now.
there was some arguing over a hypothetical Disneyland trip that may or may not be taken soon. And,
Stay tuned, folks.
Kelly said that he hopes that we don't get divorced over this since he did start it.
I sort of like suddenly said, guys, Disneyland, come on, let's go. Like within the last 48 hours. I was
So
like,
Kelly damn near ruins our marriage.
He did.
We're still not sure where we stand. But
shit
we're
got
playing
real.
nice.
I knocked a pebble loose that started rolling downhill. And
Yes,
then it
it
was
will
just
be your
like
fault.
running to evade the avalanche.
We're
And
playing nice in the podcast right now, but when these microphones turn off and you go home,
Well, yeah.
I'm in a world of hurt.
I'm going to have to linger for a while and make sure things are safe.
So are you safe at home? But
So I was feeling sheepish after like playfully doing a pretty hard press to be like, guys, come on, Disneyland, fuck you guys, let's go. And Ian was kind of like, I got plans, like this is too soon to make these sudden plans. And it became a whole thing. And I said, guys, please don't get divorced because I wanted to go to Disneyland with you.
And so then I posed the question, if we do get divorced, and when we do get divorced, who is it that you would choose?
Who are you gonna take, Kelly? And you can't say both.
Nope.
It's like looking
You
at
have to
your children.
choose a side.
Hey, mom, dad, which one of us do you love more? You can't look at 3 children and go, I love you all equally. You love one more than the other. We won't talk about that now. But when it comes to Michelle and I, which one are you taking?
As a successful divorcee who has maintained not only a good co-parenting relationship but a solid friendship with my ex-wife, I would love to be able to say that my children have not had to choose. And I trust that the two of you would maintain appropriate boundaries and
Oh, no,
allow
no,
me
no.
to.
We
I
live
didn't
with
mean-
each other. I think
No,
we'd
no,
be
no.
fine.
No, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't mean your children choosing between you guys. I meant like you guys.
You have to choose between us.
No, I'm saying you guys would find a way to share custody of me in a way that would be both responsible.
No,
and-
you're fighting for custody of one of us. Which one are you
Oh, I
fighting
get
for?
to take one of you on?
Yes.
God.
Take one of us on, like he says.
Well,
that,
let's
like,
think
In the
this
state
through.
of California, county of Stanislaus, Kelly Abbott, Dr. Kelly Abbott is seeking custody of blank and why.
Well,
Can I just say that I work with you?
yeah, you do. But Ian plays board games with me, though.
You have to see me every day.
It's well for now.
You don't have to see her every day because if you take if you take custody of me,
Yeah.
then you're just a work person with her.
You moved to a different yard. I don't even see you.
Wow.
I mean, you did kind of leave the bond first.
I mean,
Who's gonna make you a badge a minute?
That's okay, Kelly. I won't make you choose.
you guys. Wait, who's gonna have the kids more often, and who's gonna be more free to hang out?
Ian's gonna have the kids all the time.
We're 50-50.
I choose Michelle.
Hey, what's the story in the Bible about?
Not that I don't want to
King
see your
Solomon.
kids.
Where they're gonna cut the
You're
baby
gonna
in
cut the
half,
kids in half.
We're gonna cut you in half.
and the one that said, "I'll take the top part," was the one that wasn't the real mom.
Oh, you guys,
Oh,
please,
there's so many jokes that I could make there. I'm not going to.
please stay together. I can't handle this choice. This is killing me. It's ripping me apart from the insides, and I'm on fucking vacation.
I mean, we'll let you know how it's
I'm
going
on mini
with
vacay.
us. Yeah,
Ian cuddles with me.
I'm actually. He said
That's-
you real quick.
Did you want to cuddle with me?
No, but I'm just
Okay.
saying. Cuddling box, check. Board game box, check.
Ian cuddles
Have
with
you ever
me
binge watched a shitty season of Arrested Development with me?
No.
Have you gone to the Mexican flea market
Ooh,
and gotten
did you guys
turtles with
see?
me?
So
yeah.
I'm just saying, Stranger Things.
Yeah, what about
Universal
it?
Studios. Did you see that they're setting it up?
Yes. So, next
Hey.
pitch.
Okay.
If we
So we're trying-
go to
this is
Disneyland,
ADHDing all over
if
the
we go to
fucking place.
Disneyland in October-ish, there's the bonus of Universal Studios having their Halloween nights up, and that shit is fun.
Yeah, I'm not doing Universal Studios again. That place can suck my.
Not
dick.
at Halloween. It's a different vibe.
It's not a matter of what vibe it is. It's a matter
was
of being
too
able to move
big.
from point A to point B.
We went on like a grad night,
Yeah,
so
don't
you
do
couldn't
that.
move. Like, I mean, like seriously, at all the restaurants there was no place to sit. We sat on the ground, and this motherfucker had one table all to himself, and like didn't offer to get up. Anyway,
Man. Anyway,
kids these days.
we got to go to the Stranger Things thing.
Hey, you know what? I'm down, pending my softball schedule.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Michelle, look at me. Look at me.
I don't want to look at you.
Look at me.
I don't like you.
See that?
That doesn't help. The winking thing was only cute in the beginning.
I'm still kind of charmed by it.
Charmed by the wink?
Eh.
I don't know if I can resist his charms. If you guys get divorced, I think it's Ian.
Yeah.
Sure it
That
is.
sounds about right. That sounds about
It's
right.
all right. It's okay.
Do you want to revisit this towards the end of the podcast? Do you want to think about this through the podcast?
Yeah, let's see who gives me the best pitch. Yeah, pitch your friendship to me, guys. Yeah, ball's in your court now, assholes.
So you know what this is, Michelle? This is where a
I don't
parent.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I picked Michelle. I crave approval.
I don't do that either.
I'm gonna have to start a whole theoretical pro-con list. This is why you'll never get divorced. You crave approval. You're not going anywhere.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk about the mole in the White House. Not the kind you get checked for cancer. That's already a cancer in the White House. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court of the United States and the pick and the confirmation that's happening right now. But first, we're going to start with Nike, who said, hey, guys, Colin Kaepernick would be a phenomenal face for our brand right now. We're going to make him the face of our brand right now.
They're opting for social justice in general.
You know what we need to sell more shoes? A shitty quarterback who couldn't get hired even if he wasn't controversial.
Wow. Except that
He sucked long before he nailed
the arbitrator believed fully that Colin Kaepernick had a case, that it wasn't because he sucked. It was related.
He could have gotten hired.
protest.
No, yeah, it didn't help. But it's not like we had like Steve Young at the height of his powers kneeling.
No, but okay, in the NFL, in the landscape of the NFL, you're telling me that he wasn't better than most backups?
No, I fully believe he got blacklisted.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that guy, he was a proven Super Bowl vet. He's been to the big game.
Yeah.
So here's where I start laughing at the interwebs. Is now they're taking pictures. The right are taking pictures of Pat Tillman and putting it next to Colin Kaepernick because the ad says, what does it say? When you've sacrificed everything
Yeah.
for what you believe in.
Yeah.
And then it's a picture of Colin Kaepernick. And everyone's taking Pat Tillman, who died in friendly fire when he left the NFL to go join the Army or to join the military because of 9/11. And he was killed in action. It was friendly fire, regardless of how it happened. He gave his life.
Right.
And everyone's putting that picture next to Colin Kaepernick and saying, this is a guy who gave everything. Nike never said this was a military thing.
Right. And Pat Tillman's family was like, "Hey, fucking knock it off!
Right.
Don't use our son's picture."
They said don't do that. Oddly enough, conservatives, people whose children were brutally killed, don't want to be your fucking mascots.
Yeah.
They're weird about it. They don't want to do it. So Molly Tibbetts doesn't want to be your mascot, or her parents don't want you to make her their mascot.
Pat Tillman,
Yeah.
Nope.
family,
So just
doesn't want to be a
don't.
part of it. I think Chris Kyle's family came out because they also put Chris Kyle's picture up there, and they came out and were like, "Stop! Don't do this." It's to me, it's an apples and oranges comparison. It's like they're saying the only way you can ever sacrifice anything, no matter what you do, is if you're in the military
Right.
and you've given your life.
Nike doesn't make military shoes.
Right.
When in the heat of combat, put on your Nikes.
So, but it also argues, I mean, like if you were to go down the rabbit hole of the logic and follow it through, that it circles, I think I fucking lost my train of thought. Sorry. I have
When in the course of human events.
oh, fucking.
She's so angry at the outrage of Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I was looking at data on Colin Kaepernick, and then I fucking forgot what I was doing. Anyway,
But I honestly think, I mean,
my bad.
His career stats literally made your brain fuzz over.
if you're conservative and you're mad at this, then you have to be mad when they did the Tiger Woods campaign after he got busted because he hit a tree and women started falling out of the tree. Because conservatives hold family values very near and dear to their heart. And Tiger Woods was a cheater, chicken eater and a drug addict. And they did a whole campaign where, his dad's voice was speaking to him from beyond with, "What were you thinking? Come on, man, build yourself back up. You can do this again." Well, he's a cheater. He's a drug addict. Nobody cried outrage when that happened. Nobody stopped buying Nike then. Now they're going online and they're burning all their Nikes that they already purchased.
Stupidly.
I think it's just a reflection of the political climate. I mean, everybody's mad. So the conservatives are like boycotting and burning their shit, which has never made any sense to me. But on the other hand, and I think it's a lot of it is like a combination of like response to the In-N-Out Burger campaign contribution. All the liberals are talking about boycott In-N-Out. No, I'm just gonna say no because I love In-N-Out.
It's fucking delicious.
Wait a minute.
No, it's different. So
Go on.
from what I've understood, they actually donate to both the Democrats and the Republicans. After that, also, they put fucking Bible verses on their burger wrappers. Did you not think they were a conservative company? They're good to their employees. They pay well.
So does Chick-fil-A.
So, except Chick-fil-A actually donates directly to the anti-LGBTQ causes.
Are we going to parse that out? I'm not in favor of most boycotts. I'm not saying it's never a
You
good
just want to
idea.
eat Chick-fil-A.
Well, no, I like In-N-Out Burger better than I like Chick-fil-A, but I do enjoy a good chicken sandwich, well made, with pickles and cheese and lettuce. And,
Dude, the shit that I got from her when I owed somebody lunch on the way back from a water park one time, and they like demanded Chick-fil-A because lunch was on me.
They
and it was their
demanded?
choice. They did, and it was their choice. And so we went through the drive-thru and we got Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
What the fuck is this? Chick-fil-A? Huh?
Yes. But
Like, you don't understand. It was just one time.
so are you? But here's the thing, though. I mean,
We are squirreling so hard.
I know. The boycotts that I have typically have one thing in common.
Yeah.
So, like Hobby Lobby, they refused birth control, specific types of birth control, and then threatened their customers that they were going to have to shut down if Obama or the Supreme Court,
Yeah.
overturned it. So it's, I don't know. That's the type of boycotting I do. I think donating to an actual political party, like really, I mean, they're not donating to the Nazi party. It's
You boycott those who are like LGBTQ. I'm going to donate to something that's anti-you. Birth control. I'm going to donate to somebody who is anti-birth control. But it's like that. It's like that meme I posted a while ago where it's like I can be supportive of the troops and care about social issues at the same time. One's not exclusive to the other. If you are in and out and you donate to the Republican Party just in general, there's, not to pull a line from Donald Trump, but there's good people on both sides. There's good people in the Republican Party and there's good people in the Democratic Party. And if they're just donating to the party itself, you can't necessarily say that's a blanket like they hate all the queers.
no. There are people that are like, well, I mean, their causes, are inherently the same thing, and I understand that. I understand that the Republican policies contribute to a lot of this stuff, but I'm saying that are we really going to go down and determine, based on who they donate to politically, like the party they donate to, that's what we're going to start boycotting? Because I have a feeling we're not going to be able to buy anything anymore.
Well, yeah, but that's why the line is even further along for me. And here's where my problem is that we get a really predictable script at this point. One side goes, they did this, let's boycott them. And everybody makes a big deal about posting about how they're not going to patronize this establishment or this line anymore. And the other side compensates by going out and spending double the money on it. And it becomes a stand-in for an actual argument where we're all just making a big show of not buying a thing. It's 2 steps removed from the actual issue. Like, if you don't like Hobby Lobby's politics, just don't go there. Don't post about it. Like, we don't need to organize boycotts. Just, inform yourself and shop where you want your money to go.
Okay, then in my defense, I've never
I'm not attacking
organized
you.
a boycott.
I'm
just
saying
don't shop
in general, like this whole furor that happens every time online, people don't like Nike now, so they're burning their shoes. Are they trying to hurt Nike's feelings?
You know what's funny? Well, it's not funny, but it's like if you think about it from a marketing perspective, it's actually quite brilliant because you'll get a demographic to go out of their way, and the other one isn't going to stop.
Totally.
So
people will get mad, and then eventually they'll be like, well, I got to buy shoes, I guess.
I think the problem for Nike is that it's just really uncomfortable crying into $100 bills.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're like, you guys need to stop because our face is getting a little scratched because we're out of Kleenex, and so now we're using $100 bills, and that's a little rougher. It's not.
it's just, I mean, it's smart on their part because if you look at, the general population of who buys Nike, it's not just NFL fans. It's not, I mean, you've got like I said, when the Jordans come out, there's like a whole niche market for that. They could give a shit if Colin Kaepernick is the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Nike cares about.
One step further, the NFL was going to be boycotted because players were kneeling. The NFL is like, okay, they didn't lose any viewership. They were fine. The NFL is going to be fine. Nike's going to be fine. It's much ado about nothing.
It's a bunch of free press for a bunch of
rich people,
$billion companies as
Right.
it is.
Right.
It's just silly. I just wish people could actually debate issues instead of being like.
I mean, I think it's cool. I don't know. I think you have to make those decisions based on you. Like I said, I don't patronize Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A because I don't believe in the way they spend their money. But it's not like a fad. I'm going to boycott Target because they allowed.
Right. Yeah, it just, for some people, it becomes that's what they're doing to be involved in a cause.
Right.
Well, I don't go to Chick-fil-A, so showed you. I'm not going to get out and do something.
One step further, and if you were to choose me in the divorce instead of Michelle, I will eat at Chick-fil-A with you. I think it's delicious. I haven't gone because the nearest one is like 3 cities up, and Michelle won't go. But if you wanted to go get Chick-fil-A for dinner one night, I would say, Daddy Kelly, let's go.
Somebody's making an effort here.
So, just want to
I'm
throw
not
that out
eating
there.
Chick-fil-A for you because I have principles.
That's okay. What you can go with whatever works for you.
I can buy you however I want.
You're officially behind in the points. Is all I'm saying. Don't act like you don't care.
Point.
My friendship
Riley.
is my love don't cost a thing, but my friendship does.
So you'll love us, but you just won't.
I'm gonna love both y'all, but only one of you is gonna get the pleasure of my company.
Don't get mad at me because I know how to seduce a doctor.
That would be the funnest thing ever to watch you guys live together.
Oh my gosh, that's a podcast.
I don't know if I could do that. I've only had one roommate that I was able to tolerate outside of Michelle.
Oh, you would hate my ass.
I'm
horrible to live with.
Are you?
Yeah, you've been to my house.
Okay, so Ian's house before I was around had a buffet table that had about 1,000 drawers on it, and they were all filled with stuff.
M&Ms?
No, just stuff.
I have a lot of collectibles.
So
We'd be an episode of Hoarders within weeks.
Here's the thing. When I lived by myself, my apartment was clean. My collectibles had a spot. Everything had a place. Everything was
It
in its
wasn't
place.
clean.
It was clean. And I was like a minimalist and a maximist. At the
you
same
were
time.
not a minimalist. You were a minimalist with space.
I was a maximum minimalist. But if you moved my stuff, I would know. If you moved my little trophy from
hell
my
yeah.
poker tournament, I knew. If you moved the Coke can that I found with my metal detector,
I was
I
going to
would
say
know.
he had a metal detector collection. He had this all stuff he found when he was metal detecting. And he has Spaceball
fun as
card
fuck.
collections, and he has all
pretty
kinds of
cool.
all the collections. He has a cord collection. If you ever have a missing cord, Ian will save it.
Aw. You're not making a good case for yourself here. You're
I
kind of making
know
this case
it's
for him.
fine.
I found my old comic books. I
I'll
still
find
got
a
those.
new friend.
No,
So
guys,
anyway,
just patch things up. Don't make me choose.
so is that 2 points for me now, or just one?
It's like four.
How
Okay.
bad is the squirreled right now?
All right, Nike boycott. Stupid, right?
It's all
Dumb.
stupid.
Okay, let's move on to the Supreme Court of the United States because right now there's a confirmation hearing going on. I know very little about this. So who wants to take the lead on this? Because I know it's happening, and I know right now the right is saying, I can't believe the left is kicking and screaming like babies.
Fuck them.
Just let them go through
Fuck
already.
them.
How disrespectful is it? What did
Was it Mitch McConnell? I hope somebody.
no,
fucking-
not Mitch McConnell. Oh,
Chuck Grassley.
who was the other one?
Ted Cruz was like going on.
Cruz.
Yeah, it was Cruz.
It was Cruz who took his gloves off and said they are just trying to redo and debate the 2016 presidential election by putting up this much of a fight.
Okay, except that when Antonin Scalia actually died and had a vacant seat while there was an actual sitting president that was legitimately elected twice, and yet it was cool to, be a sitting duck.
Yeah. Ted Cruz might as well have just said, "You're just mad because we're better at breaking the fucking rules and cheating the system than you are."
And he probably would have still gotten cheers. Like,
I wish he would have said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game."
That's what
I
he should
don't
have said.
ever want to see him say that. Ever.
Side note about Ted Cruz: have you guys been tracking this race between him
And Beto?
and Beto, the new darling of the Democratic
Yeah, how's
Party?
he doing?
Beto O'Rourke? He's
They're
doing
like neck and
really
neck,
well,
are they?
Yeah.
Like,
For Texas, I mean, I think no matter what happens, people need to be fucking proud of Texas because the fact that
Yeah.
Beto O'Rourke is that close is really big.
but it's wonderful because everything they're trying to do to make him look silly just makes him look fucking badass.
I know.
Like they showed a picture of him like in a dress with like one of the guitarists from this prog band called Mars Volta. It's a great band. Like he was in a band with them before they were in this really cool band, and they look super 90s alt rock, like a reject from Smashing Pumpkins. And they're just like, haha, this is probably why he couldn't be debating Ted Cruz. He had other plans, and everybody's like, fucking hey, I want those plans. Like he looked like he was having fun.
And I know I only read the headline from the National Review, which doesn't you know. But there was a headline that he walked away from the scene of a crash after a DUI and
Which he already owned, right?
He owned that.
Yeah,
like it's not groundbreaking.
And Ted Cruz was getting after him for saying fuck too much, which again,
Oh no, we like that now.
yeah, fuck is in bounds. Like
Fuck
that-
and sleeve tattoos all up and
If
down
you
your
can
arm
grab
are the new.
somebody by the pussy,
Right.
you can
Yeah.
say fuck. I'm just
Seriously.
saying.
Hey, by the way, a guy I play softball with, Vern, listens to us at work, or tried to, and said that he had to turn us off because my wife cusses too much.
Your wife does?
Like the scene in The Big Lebowski. Do you have to
Yes.
cuss darn much?
Does your wife always cuss that much on the podcast? My coworkers were like, "What is that? Please turn that off." I said, "Yeah, you have to listen in your car."
Invest in some headphones, buddy.
do we gloss over when you guys cuss?
I don't fucking cuss.
Oh, I don't think we do. I told him. I said we're not safe for work. But I think, and this isn't a slight on you. I'm just like in general. If we went back and counted the f bombs, I think you probably double us combined in score.
Well,
Which whatever.
I can try
think-
and step it up if you want like equality among
please, because this your wife cusses too much.
the... Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck.
Right. I gotta go.
Fuck,
fuck
fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle
I
Fucker.
do. Do you want me to get my
You're
mom
a boner
involved?
biting bastard, Uncle Fucker. You fuck uncles. Yes, you do. I fucked your uncle yesterday. That's F-U-C-K-U. Fuck you, Uncle Fucker. Suck my balls.
Yeah, say we even the score just
This
a little
was
bit.
fun.
That was from South Park.
Yeah.
I know.
anyway,
I know.
We didn't just spontaneously generate
Yes,
that
I
song.
know.
I think we've elevated ourselves. So, back to the
Back to the Supreme Court. Vote Beto, by the way. Even if we lose the Senate and the House, if we can just get Ted Cruz out, I'll count it as a net win.
So, who's this guy that they're confirming for the Supreme Court?
Brett Kavanaugh.
He's a dick.
Okay.
He's saying all the right words, but that fucker's gonna turn our country upside down. So he was nominated by Trump because he has very specific views about
Whether
whether a sitting president can be indicted or subpoenaed or involved in any sort of investigation in any way.
How did those views come about? I'm just wondering because it's not that this has never been that big of a threat. I mean, Nixon was close, but even that he hadn't even been impeached yet.
Well, so he is on record in one of his writings as saying that he thinks that the Supreme Court got it wrong in the Nixon impeachment, that they may not have made the right call there. Today, he tried to say the opposite of that. He tried to go out and sort of head everyone off at the pass by saying that judicial independence is very important and one of our finest moments as a country was the Nixon impeachment. But everything else he's written contraindicates that. So he was involved in the Kenneth Starr investigation into Clinton. So his hypocrisy knows no bounds. He claims that it was through the Kenneth Starr investigation that he came to the conclusion that an investigation into a sitting president can only serve as a distraction when a president has very important work to be doing.
Really?
Funny that. But he said, I think that maybe we would have caught Osama bin Laden if Bill Clinton hadn't been distracted with testifying before Congress. And
Were we looking for Osama bin Laden?
Yes. In
those
fact,
were the days when he was coming to power.
there was a missile strike on a compound that missed bin Laden by
Oh,
90
that's
minutes.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kavanaugh has gotten to have it both ways. He got to be involved in the impeachment of a sitting Democratic president and then pulled the rope ladder up behind him just in time for Trump to start getting into some hot water. So the speculation is that Trump picked him very specifically so that he would be seated on the Supreme Court in time to hear any issues that might have to do with his legal woes. And the Republicans are jamming him through, just ramming him right on through, in spite of the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of pages of documents that have to do with his time as a judge, his time working with various presidents and administrations that are not being made available, that are germane to the discussion. So they're pretty much going in blind, not being able to investigate this person's writings and being asked to push him through to the Supreme Court.
Which is what they do. I mean,
Right.
It's a very strong talent.
Is
that
there
they
any
develop.
chance that because I know it's a very narrow margin to get him confirmed. Is there any chance that any Republicans vote against?
No. I mean,
No.
even the moderate Republicans are pretty much on board. Inexplicably, like, the Democratic push here, I mean, we had all of the Democrats on the committee make quite a stir yesterday. I mean, they pushed back as soon as the hearings opened, saying we don't have any of the paperwork we need. There was a document dump of 40,000 pages made just last night that we haven't had time to review. They have good reason to be pushing back in this case. They haven't been given the information they need. And it's sound logic to say that a sitting president who is being investigated for possibly falsely being elected president should not be able to appoint a lifetime appointment Supreme Court judge who will weigh in on his fate within the course of a year.
I think the mere timing of it with Justice Kennedy, the fact that he wasn't that old. And then
it's been reported
contribution, I mean, like this should all be taken into consideration by every member of Congress. It shouldn't really have to do with party. That's sketchy as fuck. Sorry, burn. But it is. It's.
Know what she means, Vern?
I love Vern. He's a good dude.
Well,
And then it came out today that he has likely perjured himself in a number of other hearings previously, that he has not been straightforward or honest in a number of situations.
Which won't mean anything.
It should mean a hell of
should.
a lot.
It should, but it won't.
It won't. He's going through.
Well, that's frustrating. Are you frustrated?
this is worse than any Trump president. So this is
The
what I
impact
was
of this.
afraid of. Yeah, I mean, because Supreme Court justices have life terms. There is no, they don't get reelected. So unless they die or retire, and the next one that anybody would speculate would be retiring would be Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So if something happens to RBG, we're fucked.
If the house doesn't flip.
Right, but so this is life. This is generational. This is going to impact generations. So
There should be a freeze on every choice that Donald Trump has made, given what's coming to light, given the indictments that have occurred. I just feel like there are huge changes being made by someone who may not be a legitimate sitting president. So,
See, if you're frustrated, I'm frustrated for you, and I share your frustration.
hey,
Which is something that
it's a quality I
if you-
look for in a friend.
If you decided to take me in the divorce, I would support your frustrations. I would hear you out.
Yeah.
And I would, you know what? I wouldn't even try and offer a fix because sometimes you just want to be heard. You don't want to fix. You just want to
You know
be
what
heard.
she would say? She would be like, you know what? If I can get off your ass and go do something about it. And I'd be
Right.
like, right now I just want to talk.
Yep.
okay, this cute thing though,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wears on you after a while. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Anyway,
So point one for Michelle. Do you get old after a while, Ian?
Well, okay. Do you appreciate honesty in every relationship you have?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so if you took me as your son, if you took me in the divorce, I would be a liar if I said that sometimes we won't get on each other's nerves. We would get on each other's nerves, but I have to be honest about that because in any good relationship,
Yeah.
honesty is key.
Yes, it gets old.
The
It
honest,
gets old.
the honest thing here is we would wear on each other a little bit.
so can
and
I
knowing
just
that going in,
man.
and you know what else I'll do? I will
Never stop talking.
I will give the floor up to the woman to my left to let her do some talking because I want her to have a fair chance to get in here too. Because in a sound relationship where I get chosen in the divorce,
Yeah.
I'm all about letting everybody else talk too.
That's not true.
So please go ahead.
That's his strategy is he talks over people. But what I can tell you is
I would look at you
would
and I would say,
never-
look, you've got things to say. Go ahead and say those things.
you would never
you're
have
talking,
to
sorry.
guess how I feel. I tell you.
I tell you.
No, you're
No,
not
you're
going
not
to do
doing
that
that
thing.
Oh my God, I love you guys. I think I wouldn't want to be friends with either of you without the other one. You would both be insufferable
Hey,
Hey.
if you didn't remain a unit.
this is my fucking
That'd be
life.
life.
You're like the cock and balls of friendship. I don't know which one of you is which.
I'll be
I'll
the
be
cock.
the cock.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we would play games like that if you chose me.
Fun word games.
So with the SCOTUS, he gets pushed through. He's going to be the next justice on the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah.
There's
They're not even lubing him up. They're just ramming him through.
There's no turning this around. This
No.
ship has sailed.
Not unless, because, I mean, a lot of this stuff is not really clearly laid out, but unless, like Kelly said, they realize that this is not a legitimate presidency. This is like a fucking coup from Russia. Then this is going to be
fucking is.
Yes, it is. It is. It's both a what is the word I'm looking for? Business or corporation
Yeah.
coup, as well as a Russian coup, like together. So it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
It's Apple.
Democracy had a good run.
Apple made trillions. Amazon made trillions and then lost it. But they did. And yet, who's benefiting from those fucking tax breaks? I'm just wondering.
I would like to say that my quest to troll the right has lost me one friend.
I
these
saw
past
that.
72 hours.
You were butthurt about it. I get it.
Oh man, you know what? I wasn't really. Because I can still his page isn't private.
Oh, so you can
So
still...
I can still troll and I can still comment if I want to. And he's still mutual friends with another friend of mine who's on the right. So we still get into it through it's like my friend Gary is Syria, and then we fight through him. But so there was this movement apparently for the far right that was change your last name on Facebook to Trump to show solidarity, to show that you're not ashamed to support Donald Trump, and to show that you can't use Donald Trump's name in a derogatory way because it's honorable. So he went from Dustin Wise to Dustin Trump.
And
Damn it.
Oh, it was
What did you
awesome.
do this week, Dustin? Well, I changed my last name to Trump and I burned my Nikes. Mission accomplished.
I can't, because that's like probably my favorite thing that's happened this week. That's probably my delightful is that actually happened. And grown people were like, and you don't ever get to call me a snowflake again if you like wept while changing your last name to Trump because of the honorability in it. You don't get to say that because I have a bigger pair than you do.
I've called this guy a racist. I've called him a bigot. I've called him an idiot. Like, I've outright called him, like, dude, you are dim. You are really, really dim right now. His best friend, who's even more dim than him, like together, I've said, between the two of you, like, it's shooting fish in a barrel. The both of you are just not bright people. I've said this to him. Never deleted me once. I made fun of him for changing his last name to Trump, and that was it. Like, hey, you know what? This is over. I draw lines.
Well, it's funny because you scratched out the name too, so nobody even knew that it was Dustin. Like you didn't advertise who it was. So
Right. But it's still...
but that's like that should terrify people that if you're that into Donald Trump. I mean, I liked Obama, but I'm not like, I mean, then I'd be
You would have been
Michelle
Michelle
Obama.
Obama.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Shit, that's 1 point for Michelle.
Man, oh man.
Yep, I would be Michelle Obama if that happened.
You'd have to work on your guns a little bit. I don't know.
I'd have to work on my guns a lot. That woman is the shit. Did you
Yeah.
see her on Ellen's 60th episode?
No.
Or 60th, sorry, birthday, not episode. She was the best. She talked about how, when she met Melania and Donald Trump, when they had that first state introduction and everybody made the meme about her taking the box.
Yeah.
She went into the story on that. She was like, everything is really well scripted out. And then they handed me the box. She's like, it's not that I wasn't grateful, but I'm like, what do I do? Where do I put it? Like, she said Barack had to take it from her and put it down because she didn't know what to do.
Gosh.
But anyway.
Yeah, so it's so people...
I love Michelle Obama.
She's the best.
And people are changing their last name to Trump.
And that is the best.
Did you see that shot at McCain's funeral of George W. Bush handing candy to
Yes.
Michelle
Yes.
Obama?
But-
That was so adorable.
It was. I just don't want to humanize George
I
Bush.
know.
So I watched W today.
You're humanizing
You watched it?
him.
Yeah.
The
again.
Oliver Stone movie?
Again.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it a few times. And
That's Thanos.
because of today's political climate, it saddenly made me miss George Bush.
Sadly?
We've all had that moment where it's just
Sullenly.
like, ah. Because honestly, George W. Bush was not innocent in everything that happened, but he
didn't hate
sort of
America.
a figurehead. Like, it was the people around him who were using him as a bit of a figurehead for their shady shit. Like,
I
Dick
will-
Cheney was by far a bigger mastermind of everything. George W. Bush was in on it, but he wasn't smart enough to orchestrate the Iraq War.
The only thing that I've ever said positively, really, well, there's a couple things. George Bush actually was the one that set up the Freedom Commission on Mental Health. So it's where like thousands of mental health professionals got together and actually did, they revamped the paradigm of mental health treatment and identified the issues. Now, fixing them, whether or not we fixed them, is a different story. But I got to give him credit for that
More
because
than
he did
anybody
that.
else has done.
Right.
And he was good on immigration. Better on immigration than Obama was.
So that's the second one. And then I also do believe that I believe that George Bush comes from a place of loving the country.
Yeah.
And I believed that. Even when he was there, I don't think he did it accurately. I think he killed a lot of people, American lives especially.
Yeah.
If he wasn't ever the president, he'd be a cool ass old man that you'd want to hang out with. That dude can paint.
He can't say nuclear, and that bothers me.
Yes, for sure.
Have you seen his paintings? Like, there's a whole bunch of works commissioned now by George H.W. Bush.
H-dub or W?
Is he W or H-Dub?
He's W.
He's just W.
George
okay.
H.W. is the groper.
What was his
David
name?
Copperfield.
George and David Copperfield.
I'm sorry, that's
my
not funny.
It's not funny.
But George Bush is a surprisingly good painter. He's a good artist.
Yeah, I don't want to romanticize.
And he keeps hard candies on him and passes them off to Michelle Obama.
It's true.
Yeah, I still am
He's
not
better
gonna
than Donald
romanticize.
Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney.
I would have taken Jeb Bush over
yeah.
Donald Trump any day of the week, and
Oh,
I don't
fucking
I don't
A.
want dynastic
I hate
presidencies.
Jeb Bush, but yeah.
Speaking of, apparently there's a mole in the Trump White House.
Yes, the anonymous essay.
So what I haven't seen this yet.
So I got the article.
Yeah, there was an op-ed that came out of the New York Times today, and they prefaced it by saying, it is against our policy to publish anonymous op-eds, but we're making an exception in this case because this is an op-ed from somebody from high within the Trump administration. And
We know the person.
yeah, the op-ed sort of pays a little bit of tribute to some of the things Trump has done, and then just says, but he has no idea that there is a significant resistance force within his administration. I know because I'm part of it. He or she talked about how they have actively had to sort of subvert and walk back his erratic choices, that they've come close to invoking the 25th Amendment to have him removed from office because of his instability.
They are intentionally throwing him off his game. And
Yeah, I mean, this op-ed seems timed to sort of maximize its impact on him. I mean, he's already storming around the White House screaming and yelling, paranoid. Bob Woodward's book is set to come out next week, and Bob Woodward is not Omarosa.
I was gonna say he's no Omarosa.
right,
He's not
the
Michael
other guy.
Wolff. Like, he is
He's Bob
bona
Woodward.
fide. Like, he sources his material. He has hours and hours of recordings.
He was part
Like
of Deep Throat,
NPR
right?
said, because they
Yeah.
but NPR, because Trump was going off about two-bit not credible journalist, and NPR was like, just a reminder, he's won 2 Pulitzer Prizes, and
Right.
like he's not Bob Woodward is a huge deal, so.
He is. He's a bit of a showboater. Like Woodward and Bernstein. Bernstein was kind of the quiet, talented one, and Woodward was the kind of like, hey, everybody look at me, but he's got the chops to back it up.
Right, I was going to say, he's not going to want to destroy his legacy of
Yeah.
decades over fucking lying about Donald Trump.
So you can trust that what he's putting in this book is legit.
I heard that he was like really under no official business there at all. That he just kind of like was given access to the White House, and it was just like, there's Woodward sitting over there. What's he doing? I don't know, but there he is. And he just like sat there and just observed stuff. Like he was under no official business there.
Yeah, and Trump has got to be losing his shit because he knows that this book is going to carry weight. It's not going to make a dent in his base. But now we have somebody from within his administration coming out and saying, we know Trump is a danger. We are staying in his administration to reassure you guys that there are adults in the room who are keeping an eye on things and stopping him from throwing us into chaos. I mean, this is his worst nightmare. Like, these are, he's already threatening to have the person jailed if he finds out who it is. Because of some of the verbiage used in the letter, There's speculation that it's Mike Pence, the vice president, because he used two terms. One is cold comfort, which is a Mike Pence term that he uses frequently, and the other is the word lodestar.
I saw lodestar. I was like, did you mean loans?
Lodestar, I don't even know what that word means. We should probably Google it, but it's sort of a quirky term to use.
That's delightful. Want to know what lodestar means?
We're about to tell you, faithful listeners. One word has convinced Mike Pence, has people convinced that Mike Pence wrote the anonymous op-ed.
I've never even heard the word lodestar before.
Yeah, the word, which Merriam-Webster defines as either a star that leads or guides, or a person who serves as an inspiration, model, or guide, isn't that commonly used, but Pence apparently says it a lot, according to this mashup posted on Twitter. So, if this is true, first of all, it's
Well played, Mike Pence.
pretty fucking hilarious. There's lots of video of Mike Pence solemnly like praising Trump as like the next coming of Christ, basically.
But,
so fuck that guy.
It's also like you remember he had the Godfather meeting where we all had to go around the table and say something really nice about Trump. It was weird.
We are all lucky to be basking in the glory of your administration.
Can I kiss your ring?
Basically. So, I mean, it's been obvious to everyone that Mike Pence was biding his time, that he saw the vice presidency as a chance to roll the dice on a potential impeachment. I don't think anybody wasn't willing to lay odds that Trump was going to get impeached during his first 4 years in office. It's felt like an inevitability, and it's starting to feel more and more that way.
I think there's legit Vegas odds. Like, I think you can lay down bets.
I mean, I think resignation is much more likely. He'll never let them remove him from office. He'll leave and just say, you know, I'm needed elsewhere, or I can be more use elsewhere. But a Mike Pence presidency is seeming more likely, so it would be opportune for him to do it right about now.
God, and to me, that'd be even more scary than having Trump in there, because I think Mike Pence could quietly get shit done that...
Right now, there's too much of an uproar for populists on both sides, and Mike Pence plays the game too much. I don't think he would. He's boring. I mean, he would be dangerous because people would go back and relax, so the gerrymandering can continue and nobody would pay attention. That's where Mike Pence would be dangerous. But I don't think anybody would want to elect him because he's that fucking boring. I mean... Yeah,
he would have never made it in the primaries. I mean, he was a fringe candidate at best, and he's lucked himself into this position.
Because he is so boring, they needed somebody palatable for Trump.
Totally.
Okay.
But
somebody who seems like a grown-up. So this feels a little self-serving, whoever's doing it. Part of me wants to feel like it's Kellyanne Conway. That'd be just kind of
fun. That would be amazing. But it wouldn't shock me, you know, if they said it. Because nothing shocks me about Kellyanne Conway.
I know, totally. She could she could pull her mask off, and it's fucking Oprah Winfrey underneath the mask. I think that'd be pretty fucking cool.
I don't think it's Mike Pence. I think whoever's doing it is strategically dropping Mike Pence verbiage in there just to throw him off the trail.
That's probably true, because it's pretty obvious.
Like that's really on the nose right there. You know?
But that's even better, because Trump isn't that smart, so he's very concrete. So he wouldn't think that somebody else would be doing it. But
stay tuned for the Mike Pence testimonial tomorrow, I'm sure, where he again testifies, bears his testimony of Trump.
I think that this whole op-ed thing, I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how all of this unfolds, because that was done for a reason.
That gosh darn failing New York Times.
I was going to say, also with the New York Times, because a lot of people I know are going to be like, it's anonymous. They probably just wrote it. Blah, blah, blah. But they were very specific that if you have any questions about how we sourced this, you know, what we looked into, please, you know, write them. But this, it's not uncommon to have an anonymous source.
Yeah, New York Times is going to pull that shit. That's stupid. But
well, I hope we get more letters from that person. I hope that person becomes a chatty Cathy and just starts rattling stuff off. I hope they saw this one and got a huge boner and then was like, I need to write more letters.
I hope all the narcissists. Well, I think maybe John McCain's death triggered it too. People started, I have integrity.
Well, there are people saying that this was timed to distract from the Kavanaugh confirmation because he had a bad day today, by several accounts. I mean, his contradictions and potential perjuries were coming to light, and then this op-ed dropped, and everybody's like, huh?
I don't understand why it matters, though. He's going to get pushed through. I don't understand why it matters.
Well, a distraction from it just makes everything
because
a little bit easier.
if he was perjuring himself, people would have been like, wait a second. But now
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because the Republican Party wants Kavanaugh there no matter what because he's going to rule in favor of whatever they want. So
and it's quite possible that the Kavanaugh confirmation is the last thing they realize they're going to get out of this, and then the turning will start to happen.
it
Where
wouldn't
Trump,
surprise me if it was fucking Mitch McConnell that did it. He is the shadiest,
yeah,
the nastiest, most disgusting human being,
yeah,
but he's not stupid.
nope, he's a pretty smart dude.
All
Maybe
right.
it was Jeff Sessions.
Facebook.com/That's Delightful if you want to weigh in on any of this. And again, @DelightfulCast on Twitter. As we wrap it up. Oh, you got one more thing?
I've just got one more thing real quick, just so people are paying attention. The Department of Justice is also about to approve 2 major healthcare mergers. So our market will be controlled. I mean, even more than it is now. So you're going to have Cigna CVS, or Aetna CVS, and Cigna, and I forgot what the other merger would be. So those are 2 huge mergers that are going to create more and more monopolies. So
Good.
So watch your healthcare rates rise, and then watch them blame Democrats.
It's the Obamacare.
And it's Obamacare, and then people are going to get frustrated, and it's still not going to get cheaper. Anyway,
We get the republic we deserve, everybody.
we do.
Facebook.com/That's Delightful. Does that make you sad? The news about the merger?
How would you, candidate number 1, how would you console me after finding out that the ashes of our republic are blowing away in the wind?
Put your head on my shoulder.
You're going to make me blush.
That's what I got. Michelle?
I would just say, why don't we go for a suicide pact?
Yeah. That's... Whew.
Contestant
There
number
is
one.
no coming back
Contestant number
from
1
all
would
this.
never let you inflict self-harm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Help us to control our darker urges.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Your friend Ian, and he always will be.
That felt like a line.
It was from Family Guy.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm pretty good.
Ask me how I'm doing.
How you doing, Ian?
If I felt half as good as you look, I'd be terrific.
That's what I'm talking. I've been waiting for that line to be used on me. God damn.
Watch, at the end of this, he'll be like, take the rest of the night off and tell him I said so.
Full pay. Full pay. I got 2 lines.
You've got 3. And when they come and offer, would you like some water? Yeah, what the heck? I'm not drinking tonight, or I'm not driving tonight.
That's
I've
true.
got 3 lines. I've got 3 lines. Let me have them.
You're
Let
a
me have
charming motherfucker.
But like I said, then everybody looks at me like I'm an asshole because I don't laugh anymore.
Yeah, it's like, hey, where's your jokes? What'd you do to deserve this ray of sunshine here?
Right?
Michelle, what do you find delightful outside of me?
Go
Because I'll tell you what I find delightful.
ahead.
You.
No, you don't.
I do.
You're
Again.
fine.
All day, every
He's
day.
trying.
There's
he
no
thinks
saving
that-
yourself from the coming storm.
But there isn't. I think he really thinks there's a coming storm. So he's
It got real stormy tonight.
yeah, but then it goes like because he
goes
doesn't.
away.
So he'll start shit, but then he doesn't have the attention span to actually finish it, and then he's like, "Why are you mad? Are we still mad? Don't be mad." That's what he does every time.
Lucky for you guys, you got your Jack Ryan to watch.
Yes, we do.
What do you
Ooh,
find-
that's what I find delightful.
Okay, go ahead.
So, can I just say, because it's actually getting really bad reviews, well, not bad reviews, mediocre reviews, but I am thoroughly enjoying the Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. Why are you're freaking me out, man?
No,
You're
I'm
looking
I'm
weird.
just watching and listening.
Okay. But I can say that John Krasinski, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck happened to Jim Halpert, okay?
Yeah, he's ripped.
He got ripped, like,
He got the Andy Dwyer treatment.
who?
Chris
Oh,
Pratt
okay.
from Parks and Rec.
Sorry.
Went away for the summer and came back ripped. Came back as Star-Lord.
Yeah. What's Star-Lord? I don't
What
watch.
the Chris Pratt went and filmed Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh,
between...
okay. I thought it was for Jurassic World that he got.
No. God, no. Star-Lord, man.
Oh. Now I've got David Bowie's Starman.
He is a Star-Lord.
I also find Jack Ryan delightful
Do you?
this week. Yeah, it turns out I'm 13% gay for Jim Halpert. I mean John Krasinski. I mean Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
He shows his butt in this,
What? Body double, right? I'm
and-
not ready for that.
No, it's his butt.
and it's kind of glorious.
Well, he's married to Emily Blunt.
I know.
And
that's why he got ripped.
That's why it's hard for me to see John Krasinski use the F word or get naked with another woman and have boobs on him or take a shower and show his butt. But all
Are
three
there
of those
boobs
things
in this?
happen.
I wanted to watch it with.
Yes.
I wanted to watch it with you guys, but you went ahead without me. I was going to watch it with my kids, but apparently that's not going to
So
happen.
I think it's got a lot of potential, but I can't say that like it does feel disjointed sometimes. Like you're like, what does this guy have to do with this? But and it's taking a little bit too long for Jack Ryan to become Jack Ryan.
It's a slow burn.
But it's good.
I don't want to pop y'all's balloon.
Shut
'cause
up.
I think John Krasinski is a good dude, but Jim Halpert, that dude was a fucker. He was toxic masculinity in sheep's clothing. He was an asshole.
He was a bully.
He bullied his friend, Dwight, who had it coming sometimes, but really was so socially awkward that he was like fish in a barrel, let's be real. He was a shithead to Pam most of the time, who buys a house for the person they're going to marry without showing it to them or telling them. If he went and bought you a house you didn't get a chance to help pick, would you be cool with that?
No, but
He was a dickhole. Jim Halpert was an asshole.
I liked Jim.
No, he had his moments, but that's the worst kind of dude.
Okay.
You
don't
know
see
what?
him
I'll bet
coming.
he was emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
I will bet he was emotionally. I'll bet when Pam got up, he'd be like, love those love handles.
Yeah,
Wow.
totally. Pam deserved better.
Yeah.
Can I also say?
Hashtag Pam deserved better.
Can I make that a thing on Twitter?
Yep.
I can also say that we went and saw the Meg, and that too. It was fun. It was a fun movie. It's a fun movie.
Chinese actors sucked. I'll just say it. They were terrible.
No,
The Meg?
Yeah.
Are the
that's
Chinese actors in it?
Yeah, they're off the coast of China.
Oh,
And they got.
well then.
So foreign actors.
I
for me-
can't. Like right now, I'm so uncomfortable. Are you uncomfortable?
I'm thinking about if I smoked the weed, that would be a really fun movie to go watch, having smoked the weed.
Foreign actors
If you
for
did
me
that.
are tough to
If I
watch.
did.
Foreign actors who don't have English first language are tough for me to watch. Typically, Australian actors are my favorite foreign actors. Chinese actors are my least favorite actors. To me, there's no, like, they miss all the inflection in the voice. I would rather have them be dubbed.
I am so uncomfortable right now with how racist that whole spiel was.
Go see Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
I would go see Crazy Rich Asians.
Go see
Because
it right now.
you liked the Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi was an American born.
Japanese.
Or no, he was American. Like I'm sorry, the
Japanese
Pat
American.
Moriarty.
Pat Morita.
Who's
Moriarty?
Pat Moriarty?
That's not a thing.
He was a Japanese man with no accent because
From
he was born in
Okinawa.
the
Yes.
States. And so he was able to, A, do an accent, and B, put the inflections. He put the right syllables on the right emphasis.
Okay,
Or the right emphasis is on the right syllables.
It's the hallmark of a Jason Statham movie that you have actors from around the world using poor accents. Usually it's French. So this is a new twist.
Rainn Wilson was a surprise in that.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't think
it was
Rainn Wilson's that
surprising.
great of an actor outside of Dwight. But he did a really good job. You know who Rainn Wilson is. He was the billionaire.
Yes, I also know that he was Dwight.
Right. So, anyway.
But I just yeah,
It was a good movie. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
it was a fun movie. I wouldn't say it was good.
Except for all those Chinese.
Right.
That's not...
That is exactly what it sounds like, though. You're like, I just don't like it because they talk
every time
funny.
a person of the Chinese persuasion came on,
They-
really took me out of it.
They talk funny.
Kelly, what do you find delightful this week?
This conversation. Sorry.
That made me uncomfortable when you put the accent on the Chinese.
Arr, you know what I hate is when the Chinese show up in my shark movies. We haven't done pirate in a while.
I know.
So my delightful this week is going to be, I think I posted about it on Facebook actually, but there's this show that I just discovered. I'd been waiting for it, but I didn't know it had come out. It was produced by The Lonely Island, and it's called Alone Together, and it is wonderful. It is sarcastic and well-written, sharply observed characters. You have, sort of at the heart of it is this friendship between a guy and a girl who are sort of your stereotypical millennials. Any other show would make it a will they, won't they romance. But these two seem pretty firmly committed to remaining just kind of platonic friends who give each other shit. And it's just, it's super funny. It's well written and hilarious.
See, I told you about this show a while ago.
I think you did, and I just wasn't paying attention. If you had said it's the Lonely Island guys, I would have been like, fucking A, sign me up. Speaking of which, I'm craving another viewing of the movie Popstar, which is one of the funniest movies of all time.
So I want my sister to watch that, and I keep telling her. So
Can
why
we
don't
get together
have
and watch it with Shauna?
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Popstar? What is it? Keep
Never
on.
Stop
Never
Popping.
stop, never stopping.
Is it Never Stop Stopping?
Never stop, never stopping.
Oh, I thought it was Never Stop Popping. Okay.
No, it's, yeah. I just looked at it. I have it sitting on my dresser because I really want to watch it. I have it like out.
Connor for real.
Connor for real. It's got one of the best songs ever on it. It's called the Bin Laden song. Anyway,
I want to.
He meets a girl who says, "I want you to fuck me like they fucked Bin Laden."
Yeah, that's what it is.
These are just a few of my amazing thoughts.
It's so great. Anyway,
Incredible thoughts.
Incredible thoughts. That's right. Okay. Hey, before we wrap the show up, because this is usually where we're done.
Wait, did you have a delightful?
I piggybacked off yours with
Oh, okay.
Jim Ryan.
That's right.
Or Jack Ryan, rather. I said Jim Ryan, Jim
Were
Halpert.
you done?
it'd be funny if Paul Ryan played Jack Ryan.
It
No.
I'd watch that.
starts with a
wouldn't.
scene of him working out, lifting weights, just being your average
Listening
everyday
to Rage
man.
Against the Machine, just curling his
Smug
dumbbell,
as fuck.
wearing his backwards hat.
Hey, we got a voicemail at our, I forget what our voicemail number is because it's been so long now. But we got a voicemail from Alejandra, who has been a longtime listener of the show.
From the beginning.
From the very beginning, yeah. So here it is.
Hola grupo, qué encantador. Soy Alejandra o Ale. Aquí les estoy llamando para dejarles un breve mensaje, ya que lo pidieron, ¿ok? Ian, qué bueno que estés practicando tu español, pero necesitas tener
I don't know Spanish, but I think she said Ian there.
Yeah, I said, it's so great that you're practicing your Spanish.
Okay.
She's in the middle of a sentence.
Gracias.
mucho cuidado con las cosas que le dices a tu linda esposa. Es una bella mujer, muy inteligente y encantadora.
Pause it real
pero
quick.
si le da
Okay.
la gana,
So you need to be really careful with how you talk to your wife. She is a beautiful woman and very enchanting.
Aw,
Sí, mija, sí.
don't do that.
Go back a little bit.
puede servir, pero si le da la gana, también te puede servir tus propios huevos en un plato si lo mereces.
She can serve up your balls to you on a plate if she wants.
Is that, I heard huevos. Okay.
Yeah.
Was she
She's
talking
got
about
you
me or
guys
her?
pegged. She's saying you be nice to your wife because she's beautiful and enchanting, but she'll put your balls on a platter and serve them up to you.
Así que necesitas mejor cuidarla, mimarla, hacer lo que te pide y todo con una sonrisota, por favor.
So instead, you should be taking care of her, serving her, doing anything she asks with a big fat smile on your face, please.
I heard por favor.
Yeah, please.
Please. Okay.
Please do those things.
De nada.
Don't do that.
Mejor dile,
Un momento, por favor.
Un momento.
Un momento, por favor. I just want to say that. Here we go.
Ándele.
mamacita. No le digas mi hija. Michelle, Ian y Kelly, ustedes realmente son unos encantadores. Les queda el nombre al 100. Muchas gracias por la alegría que nos traen.
To that, I'd like to say de nada.
Michelle and Ian. You can have the good doctor translate for you, or just let me know and I will translate for you, Michelle. Ian, I can send you a transcript of what I said and leave it as homework for you to keep practicing your Spanish.
Let me tell you what Google Translate turned this into. Google Translate turned this into, hello group, how lovely, I am Alejandra or Ali. Here I am calling you to leave you a brief message because they asked for it. Okay. And it's good that you are practicing your Spanish, but you need to be very careful with the things you say to your beautiful wife. Is a beautiful woman, very smart and charming, but if you feel like it, you can also serve your own eggs on a set if you deserve the 5 eggs. So you need to take care of her more spoiling. Do what she asks, and all with a smile. Other please. And when you speak mommy, do not tell mija to follow me. And that
He's saying don't call her mija.
And that today you are really singers. The man is left to 100 many thanks for the joy that brings us mass of the day and that gives us a chance.
And the sun.
So she's using the word encantadora, which is she's using that as delightful here. So you're beautiful and delightful.
Encajora?
What's the word she said? Encant.
If you don't know it, then I'm not.
Well,
gonna tell
she
you.
said you're delightful.
Okay. Wait, me or her?
Me.
No, you're not. Yeah, she's delightful.
I'm trying to learn Spanish.
Michelle's everybody's favorite. Has been from the beginning.
Hey, by the way, prayers out to Yvette if you
Except
follow
for
her on
Vern.
Facebook.
Vern doesn't like me.
What happened to Yvette?
Yvette's had some health issues and was up in the hospital. I think she's going to be all right.
Oh, no.
But thinking of you, Yvette.
I did not see that.
Also,
I love you even though you talk shit about me, Yvette, and I hope you feel better.
He doesn't forget things like that. He's like an elephant.
I store them
Maybe
up.
you should just take Ian.
They fuel my rage.
Hey, by the way, I understand you holding on to things, and I'll let you vent to me.
I've let it go.
Let it go. Okay. So hey, as we wrap up the show, and Alejandra, thank you so much for the voicemail.
Thank you.
So which one of us are you gonna take in the divorce? Real talk.
I'm taking Alejandra.
That's bullshit.
She understands me.
He's
She
walking
speaks
away
Spanish to me.
I've got 5 eggs.
You do.
So
Until they get served up to you on a fucking platter.
All 5 of them.
all right, till next week.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to That's Delightful. Online at totallydelightfulstuff.com, facebook.com/That's Delightful, and on Twitter at That's Delightful1.